Sometimes these videos can be hard to narrow down when you're only supposed to keep 10 for life. I've had several people reach out to me. Apparently there's a video going around of 10 summer fragrances for life. And I had several people ask me what my take was, or what would be the 10 I would keep. And man, some stuff that may surprise you didn't make the 10. Let's discuss it. Stay tuned. In no particular order, but I did want to start with this one because for as much as I love the Y line, and I know I've been late to the party, I'm digging all of them, but if I can only keep one, I'm keeping Y-ADT. For me, it's the best one. It gets just the right amount of performance for me. I like the smell on this one the most. It's the most, I feel, the most versatile. It's just great. Man, I love Y-EDT. Don't get me wrong, Y-Live, great. Eau Fraiche, great. EDP, great. Haven't smelled Le Parfum yet, but I'm willing to bet that it's great too. But, man, I had to keep one from the Y line, and this is hands down my favorite. It's a no-brainer for me to grab this. Yes, it can do more than just summer. I feel like this can be a signature scent for anyone, but it's definitely super fresh, light blue style fragrance, geared towards the warmer weather. At least in my opinion, I feel like it's geared towards the warmer weather. And it's one that I'm going to have to keep forever. If I'm only keeping 10 summer fragrances for life, I know this is technically hypothetical, but for the sake of the argument, I'm going to have to go with Y-EDT. Believe it or not, this is the only niche fragrance that made the list. There's a few. It was hard. Like Juliet Has a Gun, Vanilla Vibes, Parfums de Marly Sedley, Elysium from Roger Parfums, Burlington 1819 from Roger Parfums. It was hard to not put these in here. But as I look through my collection, if I'm only keeping 10 summer fragrances, MANCERA Wave Musk has to absolutely be one of them. This is my favorite warm weather niche fragrance. So much so that I don't wear it as much as I should because I don't want to run through the sprays so quickly. When I got somewhere to go and it's super hot outside and we have something in particular we're going to do, some sort of event or get together, this is one of the fragrances I like to reach for. This is showing out in the warm weather in my opinion because it's just so fresh, grassy green. It's got a little citrus, some aquatic nature to it with some C notes. It's very, very light and airy, but still performs extremely well. Not an overly synthetic MANCERA fragrance. It smells very natural grassy green to me. There's a little bit of a believable sea salt here, but it doesn't make it too salty. Even though there's some C notes and some salt and stuff like that in there, it's not an overly salty fragrance. This is just a delight. If you can get your hands on it, do so. Sample it if you can first, obviously, but one of the best blind buys I've ever made and my favorite warm weather summertime niche fragrance. One that I'll have to keep forever. It's MANCERA Wave Musk. Now, when it comes to summer fragrances, the Acqua di Gio line shines, and some of you may have guessed if I'm picking one Acqua di Gio to keep forever, it's gonna have to be ABSOLU. Probably not the least popular, because I would say its flanker, Absolute Instinct, is the least popular, but this runs a close race for, you know, the least popular kid in school when it comes to the Acqua di Gio fragrances. But I absolutely love it. And I've got enough to last me for life. I have this 75 ml tester and a 200 ml backup bottle, so I am set on Acqua di Gio Absolute. Very fruity, Invictus Aqua-ish, but doesn't quite smell like Invictus Aqua. I know it gets a lot of comparisons to that, but I feel like there's a lot more differences than there are similarities, to be honest with you. This one has a strong patchouli in it in the dry down. It's basically like taking Profumo, removing the incense, and adding more fruitiness. And that's kind of what you get here. Still has that Acqua di Gio DNA in its heart. It's a powerhouse for me. I've gotten many compliments with this. Be honest with you, for a fresh fragrance, this one's strong enough to go year round. You can wear this one in the cold. This can be a signature scent if you like it, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a great fragrance. It's my favorite in the line. It's the one I wear the most. And if I'm only keeping 10 summer fragrances for life, I'm definitely keeping Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gio ABSOLU. Hands down my favorite summertime cheapie, and I have multiple bottles to support that thesis. Abercrombie and Fitch, First Instinct together. No stranger to this channel. If you're no stranger to my channel, this fragrance is no stranger to your viewing pleasure on YouTube. Man, look, super synthetic. Not gonna act like it's not. You can get it super cheap. It's extremely aquatic, watery. It's sharp, astringent, grapefruit, citrus, salty, ambergris, ambroxan style smell. Nothing natural about this fragrance, but I tell you what, it can pull a compliment or two pretty easily. It's very, very loud for about 2 hours off of my skin while only giving me about 4 to 5 hours of longevity, but that's okay. You don't have to spray it super heavy because, like I said, it's very loud at first, but you do have to reapply with it. But 20 bucks for a 50 ml, 25 for a 100 ml, unless you can find it on clearance. They're always at the rack stores. I see them on a regular basis, and I preach about getting this one. If you don't mind synthetic and you just like a great, easy to wear Invictus Aqua YSLY style fragrance mixed with the original First Instinct, it kind of takes the best of all three and puts them together, minus the performance obviously and longevity. But I love this stuff. I'm only keeping 10 summer fragrances. This is a no-brainer for me. This was, I think, the first fragrance I grabbed. Second fragrance I grabbed, which the first fragrance I grabbed we haven't gotten to yet. Some of you may know what it is. But 10 summer fragrances for life, no doubt I'm keeping Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct together. Kind of a dark horse, under the radar, hidden gem kind of summertime fragrance, because it definitely performs. As far as what's on this video, it's top 3 in performance, for longevity, for projection. It's a super bright lime and orange soapy aromatic up top. Dries down to a nice herbaceous cannabis with a little bit of woods. It's authenticity perfumes, summer vibes. Now, this one can be a little polarizing. I've seen people in my Facebook group, TLTG Reviews Fragrance Lounge, say they don't understand the hype. It smells like this, it smells like that. And then there's other people that come to its defense and saying, oh, I love it. This is a beast. I wear it all the time. That's why I tell you buy the sample. Don't necessarily buy the bottle, because you never know. Just because I like it doesn't mean you will. I say that pretty often, actually. At least 2 videos a week, I say that. And you guys know I make at least 1 video a day. So if you're a regular to my channel, you've heard me say that before. This one, like I said, it's a beast. It's 50% oil concentration. They guarantee 12 hours. I don't necessarily get 12 hours every time, though. But I never get less than 10. I definitely never get less than 10. If you're looking for a super fresh, I mean crazy fresh, yet dense, long-lasting, and pretty loud summer fragrance, get the sample and try it. There's always a link in my video descriptions. Get you 10% off with the code. I think a sample is like $3, $4, something like that. Get yourself a little decanted sample and try it. You might end up going back to get a bottle, because the bottles are only $36.99 before the 10% off. So they are a bargain. 60 ml. I love them. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it long term. This one took the place because I actually had Vanilla Vibes sitting right next to it, and I had to decide between the two. And this beat out Juliet Has a Gun Vanilla Vibes. Just to let you know. 10 summer fragrances for life. Definitely keeping summer vibes. Now the next 5, these last 5. If you've been watching me for a while, you're probably expecting all 5 of these. You may have been thinking to yourself, oh, he must be saving those for the end. Not necessarily. I did kind of group them together because these are some pretty obvious choices for me. Like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. Yes, I like the original's scent better, but the performance is night and day from this to the original. I mean, I gotta go with this. This is one of my favorite fragrances for the summer. Hands down. It checks all the boxes. Directly off skin, it's a bit much. It's a little rich, a little too salty. Ugh, it had to grow on me. It's a little much directly off skin. But passing by, out in the air, it is lovely. It really is. It's a lovely scent profile out in the air. Compliment magnet. It's a super fresh, aquatic, watery beast. I mean, it's a beast performer for me. You know, I don't recall ever getting less than 9 or 10 hours. May have gotten 8 hours from it before, I don't remember, but I always get in that 9 to 10 hour realm. I've had people tell me they get 12 plus. I totally believe it because this is a beast. And I've had people tell me they get 4 or 5. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, because for me, this is one of the most powerful fresh fragrances for the warm weather. I love, 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 love everything about it. The only thing I would change is if everything that's great about this was what the original had. All of the performance, the longevity, and the projection. If I could get that scent with this performance, it would be my favorite fragrance, hands down, #1 in my collection. But I'm cool with this because this stuff's fantastic, and if I'm keeping 10 for life, I gotta keep Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. So, from what I understand, it's discontinued, but it keeps coming and going. It keeps popping up. It was hot off the press at FragranceNet for a little bit. I actually featured in a video. You guys bought them up. I don't blame you. 38 bucks. I would have, if I didn't have 2 bottles already, I would have bought a bottle too. Fragrancesby.ca had it prior. Kingdom Fragrances a few days ago had 4-ounce bottles for $49. I don't know if they still have any. You can check from the link below. But Mercedes-Benz Cologne. You guys had to know I had to have one of those lemonade scents long term. Whether it be Allure Homme Sport Cologne Sport, Dior Homme Cologne, Jimmy Choo Man Ice. If I'm keeping one of that scent style and profile, it's got to be Mercedes-Benz Cologne. It's every bit as fresh, if not the freshest of the 4. And it's one of, if not the best performing of the 4. And a 4-ounce bottle, plus I have a 75 ml tester. I'm good with it. You don't need a lot of sprays. For being a citrus bomb, it's actually a pretty good performer. 6-ish hours, projects pretty heavy for the first hour and a half. This is delightful. It's not exactly an ice cold glass of lemonade like Jimmy Choo Man Ice and Dior Homme Cologne, because this has a lot more orange going for it, but it's just a lovely citrus fruit fresh bomb. It's as unisex as they come, in my opinion. Anybody and everybody for any age and every situation can wear this. There's never a bad time. Man, never a bad time to smell like Mercedes-Benz Cologne. The hype is real on this one. I love this stuff. It's awesome. I've been wearing it out the shower more so lately than I have been out during the day. It's one that I really just kind of enjoy for myself, you know, when I'm editing and stuff like that. This is one I like to just smell out around me. And if I'm keeping 10 summer fragrances for life, no doubt about it, I got to keep Mercedes-Benz Cologne. This is another one of those top 3 performers in the video. We had Summer Vibes, we had Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. That was 2 of the others that run a race with AQUA di Gio ABSOLU. This falls somewhere in there with them. It's Bulgari AQUA Atlantique. Basically, the more aquatic marine version of Dylan Blue. It's kind of how you can look at it. It's like taking Bulgari AQUA and Dylan Blue and mixing them together. It's a powerhouse. This is a loud fragrance, very long lasting, but very loud, and a compliment magnet because of it. This stuff smells great. Another one of those ambergris type of scents, but it's very saltwater marine. Very, very aquatic. This one screams summertime, but it's very blue, not just in color. It smells like a blue fragrance. It's got the Dylan Blue style DNA going for it with the Bulgari AQUA twist. And it's very versatile while still being geared towards the summer. It's powerful enough to wear all year round, cut through the cold, no problem. You'll smell fresh and poolside in the middle of winter if you want with this fragrance. But it definitely has that aura and vibe of summertime fragrance through and through. And if I'm only keeping 10, this one's a must. This is the first full review I ever did on my channel. Was on this fragrance. Cringy to go back and look now. Terrible lighting. Bad video quality, you know, subpar. But man, what I think about it hasn't changed. I still say it's summer performance in a bottle. I love this stuff. If you haven't tried it, please try it. I think it's discontinued. I don't know for sure. I've heard rumblings of that. I have a backup gift set of this one, 100 ml, and a 1/2 ounce little small travel size. I love this stuff. I'm set on it. I don't have to worry about it. This is a 50 ml. So 10 summer fragrances for life. I gotta have one of my favorites with Bulgari AQUA Atlantique. I gotta have a nice warm weather iris fragrance. While I feel like it's kind of cliche to just throw my fragrance in here, I excluded it because obviously I'm going to have business over pleasure for life. Once I get back from Chicago, I'll have a few backup bottles on hand and I'll be set for life with my own creation. So instead of going with that, because that's obvious, I'm going to have that for life. So I excluded it. I'm going with Prada L'Homme L'Eau. This is my favorite summertime warm weather iris fragrance. Another one I don't wear as much as I should. I wore it a lot more last summer than I've been wearing it so far for this year, but summer technically just started, so I've got plenty of time because I'm very seasonal. I only wear summer fragrances in the summer for the most part, and this stuff is so delightful. I smell it in the air. Soapy, powdery iris, bright, crisp ginger. Woody, but very, very soapy. That's the thing. It maintains what Prada's best at, making soapy fragrances. This has a very nice neroli, soapy floral iris, white floral thing going for it. It still maintains the original's DNA, just freshens it up. I'm telling you, that adding that ginger changes the game. It toned down some of the other spices, like the black pepper and stuff like that, and by adding that ginger, it just added that bright, crisp edge. That's what I love about ginger. It adds that crisp edge that is missing from some fragrances. What's not missing from this one? This is not lacking performance. This performs almost as well, if not just as well, as the original Prada L'Homme. It's a 6 to 8 hour type of longevity fragrance, and it still projects pretty well for the first hour and a half, 2 hours. I smell myself very easy, and it gets me that little iris fix that I need from time to time. I don't wear iris fragrances all the time, even though iris is my favorite note. But when I'm in the mood for it, this is my favorite summertime iris fragrance, and I'll have to keep it for life. Prada L'Homme L'Eau. Last but not least, those of you who've been watching me for a while should have expected this as soon as you saw the thumbnail and the title, that this would be in here. I'm hearing rumblings of this being discontinued as well. That's unfortunate because it's my favorite damn fragrance. It's Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua. For those of you that aren't familiar, this is a tester bottle. That's why it says the name on the front. Or this one 2 weeks ago was the last time I wore it. I love this stuff. It makes me smile. It makes me happy every time I wear it. Powdery, watery, fresh, aquatic. Compliment magnet if there ever was one. Slightly above average performance, projects really heavy for the first hour and a half, 2 hours. And I get about 7 hours of life out of it on my skin before it becomes a skin scent. 6-7 hours range, maybe 8 hours if I spray my clothes 2 times. You know, when I do plan on being gone for several hours and I'm gonna wear this, I do spray across my chest on my actual shirt twice, so that 7 to 8 hour range. But on skin I get about 6 to 7 hours. It's not for everybody, just like every fragrance in the world. It's, you know, there's people that love the old one better, but I actually like this more than the 2016. That's just me and my opinion and my taste. I think this is wonderful. It's sad that they're discontinuing, if it's true. It's sad that they're discontinuing this one as well. The Invictus Aqua line is near and dear to my heart. I love all of the fragrances in the line. I have not gotten Victory yet. I will at some point. It's starting to hit discounters, but man, this is my favorite summer fragrance. This is my favorite fragrance, period. So of course it had to be in my 10 picks for keeping, you know, only 10 summer fragrances. It's Paco Rabanne Invictus Aqua. Well, that's my picks, and until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. If you could only keep 10 fragrances for summer, what 10 are you picking? I'm sure for a lot of you that watch me on a regular basis, you probably guessed most, if not all of these, because these are ones that get a lot of love on my channel and are near and dear to my heart. These are, you know, clearly my 10 favorite summer fragrances, and there's probably a few that some of you are surprised didn't make the list. There's some that it hurt my heart a little bit to not put in here, you know. Luckily, this is hypothetical, and I don't literally have to get rid of everything else and keep only these 10. That would suck. But in the event that it had to happen, these are the 10 I would pick. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these fragrances that I featured in this video and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.